let me just get it because I'm gonna get it wrong. What do you want me to say? The By the Horns at Plough Lane.
By the Horns at their Plough Lane bar in AFC Wimbledon football stadium.
This is gonna be tough right from the start. Okay. Hello and welcome to another brewery special episode. We are joined by Alex Bull and Chris Mills, and these guys they're the owners of By the Horns Brewing Co. And we aren't at their brewery. Why aren't we at their brewery? Because we're at their kind of bar / tap room. It's called By the Horns at Plough Lane, and we're actually at AFC Wimbledon Stadium. This is where they're based. They launched in 2011. How old were you guys when By the Horns started?
Felt like a lot younger.
Felt a long time ago.
Mid-20s?
Mid-20s.
Yeah.
And what were you straight out of uni?
Give or take, we had a kind of a gap years and bit of travelling. So Alex and I did a ski season after uni, and then started our graduate jobs, so to speak, in a house share. So pretty much fresh out of uni and ready to take on the world.
It feels quite young to be starting a brewery. Like, I feel like people don't get into like craft beer until they're like their late 20s, but you guys just
craft beer didn't exist then. That was that's how far we're going back.
There we go.
12 years ago. It was real ale was the thing, and
And did you kind of start with cask ales, or was it?
That's all we started with. That's all we started with. It was just an easier entrance to market, right? Pubs had the odd guest tap at the time. I mean, the barriers to entry now are a lot more open, but that was our thing, cask ale. Then we started doing some bottles as well. Yeah. So it then, and to be fair, we started pretty naive. It was about a hobby business and us doing everything and learning. Yeah. So we were, very green to it.
Did you start in like a shed or anything brewing? I sort of see most breweries seem to start in their garden sheds.
We started in the just home brewing. Alex was doing it in our house share in Putney. But we got a lock up literally over that road over there, which is why we kind of moved into this new home.
And that was your original brewery?
That was the original brewery in one industrial unit over there. Mm-hmm. Got everything in there, the whole brew kit, cool room, and then just organically expanded on that site. So we had 4 units.
So how did this come about? Because obviously you were over the road essentially. Is it because of the locality that you managed to pick for this? Or?
Yeah, exactly that. What, this site right now, the bar? Yeah, exactly that. When the option come up for us to move our brewery out of town down to Surrey, mainly because we needed a bigger site. We were just struggling on that site over there. So much better sites for us out of town. And we were looking at kind of redeveloping our old site into a tap room, a small microbrewery as well, and just having kind of a fun setup. And AFC Wimbledon approached us and asked us to kind of operate a few of their bars in the stadium here. So it seemed like a really good fit.
That must have been nice that they approached you.
We had a few of the loyal fans in drinking in the tap room before the games, because I think the first game was during COVID here when it opened. Mm-hmm. So they kind of came over to the tap room and had beers there and kind of saw in a new era of Wimbledon at Plough Lane over there, which was great.
That's cool.
And the link kind of started from there, really.
Yeah. And so your brewery is based in Red Hill now, which is, you went out there for a bit more space.
Yeah, we're just south of Red Hill. I mean, Chris and I, we'd lived in London for a long time before that and got to the age and the time of having young families and wanting to just move out of London in general. So it really coincided with that. But also we needed a bigger and better fitting site for the brewery. And just needed a site that we could just be scalable. Yeah. So many moving factors with beer duty and taxes and all that jazz. It just had to have something where it could be a bit more sustainable business. Yeah. So we've got a really, really cool site out there now. We've just taken even additional sites. We've got about 10,000 square feet out there. So it just gives us the ability to just balance things a bit better.
That's awesome, man. You've got plans to open a tap room at the brewery as well very soon.
That's the plan, Hopefully getting it up and running early summer, kind of June time. And it works so well here. when we were in Tooting, and it kind of really helped kind of establish us as a brewery and a bit more of a beer community here.
Yeah.
And we just want to recreate that down. And there is definitely a demand for it. We've had a few open days and got lots of people in who are beer enthusiasts and just come down with families, come down with friends, and just drink beer in a good setting.
Are you relatively near to the train station?
We are next to a train station.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So
2 minutes.
So Sam and I can come down and have a few beers and
Yeah.
about driving
Yeah.
home. So.
And it's
Priorities.
two stops from Gatwick too, so you know. They're kind of, yeah.
We give,
Maybe not the 7 a.m. pint that everyone has in Gatwick Airport.
We just need to know how to get there from Bromley South, that's all.
It's half an hour from London Bridge, so it's pretty
all
quick
right,
on the
we can do
train.
it.
It's funny you say that as well, because the pub in Gatwick Airport is a Wetherspoons, and
Yeah.
we were editing a video prior to meeting you guys today in a Wetherspoons, our local in Bromley.
Yeah.
And guess what was available in cans? Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was so weird because we'd already kind of started chatting to you guys about coming down and having a chat. And was it Skydust? I think
Skydust, yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that's gone into Wetherspoons. Yeah, fairly recently. in
Yeah,
Cannes.
they're extending their kind of craft range in the fridges, and just saw that as a great kind of 5.5% hazy IPA appeals to.
And I think
a lot of people.
Wetherspoons is a great platform because as much as Wetherspoons, you can say what you want about Wetherspoons. I think it is a place where you can put forward some craft beer and they'll serve it up and will please the mass audience.
Yeah, I mean you guys were in there drinking, so it's kind of it's
Job done.
Yeah,
It may or may not have been a breakfast beer, but
I think we probably sell to the Gatwick one now too. don't
we do. Yeah.
So even
really?
that'd be nice.
They should have it in there.
Salted.
We've not. we need
did
to
you
fly
find out
somewhere.
Gatwick next
Yeah.
week?
I am.
There you go.
There we go.
I'll send you a
Yeah,
photo.
we've seen the pictures.
So we were having a debate on the way over here about the name of the brewery. By chance, your last name is Bull. Is it a play on your last name?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, when I started home brewing, I kind of I think it was just something. It was like, if we ever start a brewery, or I think I used to call my little homebrew kit, take the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And then when we were thinking about a name, we were just like, how about by the horns?
Kind of summed us up being giving up some fairly okay jobs and
Yeah, it felt
all the
right.
family and friends going, what are you doing?
So
Taking it by the
then,
horns.
when I kept getting your surname wrong earlier, it was, you were giving me a bit of a hard time for it. To be fair.
It's not the longest word, is it?
Bull and horns are the same word basically.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we haven't even started drinking yet,
I know.
so we need to crack open a beer. Alex, would you mind introducing the beers, please?
Yep. So today we've got Hopperdelic, which is our session IPA. It's one of our core range. Really, really good. Just go-to sessional beer that has like a really nice kind of soft malt base. But then we've also got some nice hops in there. So Citra is probably one of the leading ones. Idaho 7 is one we've actually added last year, which adds a real nice kind of tropicalness to it.
Oh, so you're just kind of building on the recipe as you go along.
Yeah, all the brewers hate me for it, but I think the beauty of brewing is year by year your ingredients can change, right? That's just the nature of using raw ingredients, raw material. So that's a beer we always want to just slightly tweak each year, and I mean we're extremely happy with, and that tweak has meant the beer has won some awards since that time. So it's been a really nice little tweak, and it's been won some awards as a cask ale, I think in keg as well. So it's a really, and is our best selling beer.
Nice.
Which is great. And then the other beer, Quencher. So that's a fairly new beer we've got out. So it's a cold IPA. We've brewed it in collaboration with Gidler's Tipple. We've been kind of working with Jacob on his beers for a while, and we hook up and do collaborations now and then. And this a cold IPA is something I've wanted to brew for 6-9 months or so. So we decided to hook up on this. So really nice, fresh, brewed with a lager yeast, fermented low temperature, but using like a Kiwi hop called Nelson Sauvin, which has a lovely kind of white grape, white wine approach. I think we've paired that with another kind of a bit of Simcoe and Eldorado.
Nice.
So again, a really lovely kind of fresh tropical kind of hop profile on it, and that's only launched probably last week, but that should also be going into Sainsbury's in a few weeks' time. So another one that anyone can get their hands on, which is quite cool.
I was lucky enough. We were actually at Brew London with these guys last week, and I was lucky enough to have some of this, so even more fresher than this can right here, and I loved it. I went straight up to Jacob. This is your recommendation to go and speak to someone at the event, and their
I'll pour away.
outfits are great. have you joined them with the?
I've got a shirt.
funky
I think we've all got a shirt.
Yeah, I think I've got a...
Yeah, we've all got shirts.
I actually regret not buying one now.
I know. Well, hopefully we can meet up with
Thank
Jacob
you.
at some point and get some shirts on.
I've been a terrible barman here. There we go.
Lovely. So this is Hopadelic, your session IPA. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No, cheers.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers in the air.
Alex.
So this is your best-selling beer.
It is, yeah. It's
all time.
across the board. It's available. It's one of the few beers that we do in all packaging methods, so cask, keg, and can. And it does very well across the board.
Cool.
Cask, it's definitely our strongest seller. Yeah.
And we noticed a little rebrand on your core range, actually. Very fresh, very kind of there, you know?
Well, even more recently, so even in the next few months. So we used to have like a white label with, say, for example, green design, and we're just kind of inverting that. So like this label is a green label.
Nice.
Just stands out, pops a bit more. A bit nicer.
I think that's the word. It pops.
Yeah.
As soon as we walked in here, we saw, your bar clips, and it just pops. It's great from the other stuff you've got on. So
It's only taken us 12 years. We're getting there.
Did you know that you guys have got an imposter in an imposter brewery in America?
We do, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We do. I hope you're watching. We do. Yeah, they opened up about 2018 or so, I think.
2018.
Yeah, it was,
It was
yeah.
2018, and
So way after you guys.
it's uncanny how similar their logo is too.
Mate, we couldn't
That's
believe
what
it.
we were gonna say,
When we
yeah.
were looking up, doing a bit of research with
Yeah.
you guys, we were like, who are these guys?
We'd love to visit them. I mean, it's we can't trademark our name in America, so but
Fancy a trip to Texas.
would
That's
love
where they
to.
are.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my friends moved out there recently, nearby there, and I said to him, I need to come out and we need to visit that place. It's only about an hour
We
from
do
here.
get some interesting social media tags.
We get
and-
tagged in all their
the wrong
social
way.
media. They
Yeah, because we started looking at beers and we were like, hold on a second, this aren't there. This isn't by the Horns Brewing Co. beers. And we got a little bit confused, didn't we?
We sometimes get emails advertising, like inviting us to Texas beer festivals and things like that. We're like, are you sure you want us over there? I mean, well, we can come.
I think what we would like to see is a twinned brewery collaboration between you guys.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Across the ponds collaboration.
Yeah.
That would be good.
A reconciliation.
Yeah.
Or we both just make a beer, and the best beer, gets the name, right?
Have you ever?
Yeah.
Has anyone
That's
ever
both.
acknowledged? Have you acknowledged each other before? Have you ever had an email or anything, or
No.
nothing?
No, it's
Just quiet frustration.
No, they haven't
I mean,
approached us either.
it could be coincidental and all that kind of, but you think you'd do a little bit of due diligence and just get a Google page open, right?
It was a logo that did it for us though. It's like
The logo is a bit uncanny, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like definitely imposter syndrome going on there. So you were talking about having your beers in Sainsbury's, which is great to see. How did that go down? Did Sainsbury's approach you, or?
it's something we've been looking at for a while. I guess years ago it was seen as a kind of sellout, and you weren't really considered craft anymore if you sold in the major multiples. But
Yeah, but the supermarket game has changed
it's
now.
changed massively, and the
really.
range is great. So yeah, we work with a kind of middleman, and they've kind of been pitching our beers to the kind of major multiples, and yeah, Sainsbury's just got on board with a Hopadelic, went nationwide, so it's in maybe 90 stores nationwide. We've got another one called Wort Reverb, which is a 6% West Coast, which we originally brewed to do the Alpha King Challenge, which is 60 IBUs you had to brew it at.
So bitter,
kind of real traditional,
bitter West Coast, like.
piney West Coast. And they went for that 3 months as well. So that's in kind of regional stores, a few hundred regional stores for 3 months. And Quencher's hopefully going to replace that one.
Cool.
So yeah, it just gets more people drinking our beers that wouldn't have originally been able to access them, which is fantastic. And we're getting a lot more feedback on social media that new people are trying them. So it's really positive
I bet
so far.
It's a game changer, kind of, for people to see your brand and see your brewery in a supermarket like Sainsbury's.
It's nice, really nice, and it's kind of with our brand and our beers generally have been it's quite an approachable. We try and pitch it as they're approachable beers, they're drinkable beers, and the brand quite approachable brand, and to have it, in that kind of more commercial setting, I think it's somewhere we wanted to get to with it, but not rely on, and that was quite important. And I think for us, especially now we've got a nicer, bigger setup out in Surrey. It's just meant it's something we can do, and it fits perfectly into like the portfolio of where our other sales are at, and is quite a nice balance for us.
Yeah.
So Sam and I were talking about you getting into Sainsbury's, and we were like, Sam and I always like to make lists of things, like our favourite of everything. So we've got favourite supermarkets, right? So we're like, first of all, would Sainsbury's have been your first pick if you were like, what if we could get into any supermarket? Would it be Sainsbury's? Because you must have a favourite supermarket, right? Like everyone
purely
does.
by location, I think. Whatever I'm closest to is my favourite supermarket.
Is that how you look at it, Chris?
Pretty much, yeah.
Interesting.
We've got run a brewery and got a young family, so whatever's closest and easiest for me is
What's your closest supermarket?
Sainsbury's.
Yeah, yours is Sainsbury's. Yeah, yours is Sainsbury's.
Because there is a clear mid-tier of supermarkets, right? You've got upper end, which is Marks Spencer's, Waitrose, and then the mid-tier comes in with the Sainsbury's, the Tesco's,
I think Sainsbury's is more top of that tier, maybe. I'd say.
Nice.
One more talk. The shop you do there, it costs a bit more.
So
in Sainsbury's,
genuine jackpot on the Sainsbury's front then.
I think for us I think that Sainsbury's is a really good balance of where craft beer that's approachable could probably do best.
Yeah.
I think it sits nicely in there. I mean, personally, I think I could go to 5 supermarkets in a day and you could buy different things from each one.
Yeah.
Right. But
what if the Co-op approached you and was like, sack Sainsbury's off? We want your beers here. What are you saying?
feels like we've just turned into football manager now. Yeah. You've been approached. What's the sign-on fee?
Yeah. That's
how
the
long
correct
for? What's your volume commitment?
Yeah. Right. So you've just got to humour us, right? So me and Sam have got Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Tesco's, and Co-op. You've got to rank them in order of your favourite to worst. Because this is what we do.
Go again. Sorry.
Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Tesco's, and Co-op. Whether you feel like they're in the same.
Is this for beer or is this for general consumption?
However you want.
Okay.
However you want.
We're curious.
I'd have to put Co-op at the bottom because I never generally see
Chris is
Co-op
with
or
us.
a big Co-op.
No, but their locals are pretty good though.
And do you know what? The other thing about Co-op is they're very pricey.
Are they?
Never any deals in Co-op.
No, they are expensive.
No buy one get one free.
What's the meal deal like? That's how I judge a place generally. see how much the meal deal is.
But isn't their own ownership model a little bit more?
Well, that aside,
respectable.
we're not worrying about morals and, things, and ethics and things. Just straight up.
Morrison's just.
I don't really go to
third.
Morrison's.
Yeah, I don't really do Morrison's.
I don't
It's
go
not-
to Morrison's. Yeah.
They did a nice.
All the right answers so far.
They did a nice hot curry in Morrison's. That's the only thing I've really done with them. But just haven't really seen them.
Good for bakery stuff, Morrison's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they still have a hot counter.
Get
One
a
of
nice
few.
almond croissant.
Yeah. Tesco's have stopped the hot counters.
Yeah.
Tesco, Sainsbury's. So yeah, Sainsbury's, Tesco's.
Yeah. Correct.
Morrison's, Co-op.
That is how we've got it written down on the list.
And I didn't even read that, honestly.
Do you call it Tesco or Tesco's?
Tesco's.
You think I'm going to pop down Tesco's?
Tesco's.
Yeah, it is Tesco's.
Well, it is.
But it's
Yeah,
called
It's
Tesco.
not, but it's Tesco.
Yeah, but
But
it's
we're going down to Tesco's.
yeah.
I like to visit 2 Tesco's in one day, so I just call it Tesco's.
Yeah.
Plural.
Good answer.
So it's hard not to chat about it straight away, but we are here at AFC Wimbledon Stadium. You guys have got prime spot in here for the punters to have a drink prior to kick off. What's it like, kind of on a match day here?
Match days are great, actually. So this season, Chris and I have most games been here, and we've tried to balance it between wanting to firstly enjoy maybe a match day being the right side of the bar, i.e. like this side.
Yeah.
Never happens, by the way. But actually we get behind the bars a lot, and we have a cask bar outside as well. So it's pretty full on, but it's quite, when you're behind a busy bar, so you get these like peak periods. So half an hour before kickoff is mental. And this whole bar is just full of people. Like we have a snake kind of queue that comes in, and it's just full on. And then you get a 20-minute half time again, which is just completely mental.
Yeah.
But to be able to like serve fans here, and I'd probably say 50% of the beers that we pour are probably our beers, or a bit maybe 40%. It's pretty enjoyable when you see people looking at your beer list.
Yeah.
I'm usually do the cask beer bar outside, and we kind of vary up what the offerings are. Generally Hoppedelic and 2 other casks.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to see people come along and go, what have we got on today? And should we try this one? Or getting a bit of feedback while actually they're coming back for their second pint saying, that was great, really
Must
liked
be
that one.
rewarding.
It is. It's lovely and rewarding, and it also gives you kind of consumer feedback about what people are.
Yeah.
And also looking at the pump clip, how are they picking their beers? Are they doing it by name? Are they doing it by colour? Are they doing it by style?
Yeah, I bet
ABV.
I bet you listen to some funny conversations with the punters, who don't know who you are, and you're kind of just getting that feedback fresh.
Oh, it's great.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. And it's there's no substitute for that. People who are actually consuming your beer and what they think of it. It's great.
Yeah, I think we've turned people onto our beers that haven't, or tried craft beer that haven't done it before, just through being here. So even our West End Pils is a Czech Pilsner. People that would often go for one of the other mass-produced lagers, which we kind of have to sell, which is fine. But when they've sometimes tried it, and then they'll even tell us that, oh no, West End Pils, I'll go for that every time now. So it's good. But a match day experience is pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah, I bet.
Really.
Do you guys get to enjoy the game as well? Do you go and watch the game?
Yeah, generally do
Yeah.
at least half an hour each half. Nip out there and watch it.
Do
Yeah.
you get comped season tickets?
We're a sponsor.
Yeah, we sponsor, so we do. It's part of the sponsorship kind of gig.
Yeah,
but
so we've got 4 tickets out there.
yeah,
Which is great.
Do you have your own shirts as well? Wimbledon shirts?
my kids do.
Right.
I've not.
I've got a hat.
Yeah, because you're not AFC Wimbledon fans.
Well, it's the most football I've ever watched is AFC Wimbledon live. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't help but.
I'd say I'm a fan.
Get on board with it.
I'll call it a fan.
Special place in the
I'll have a
heart.
shirt. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they've changed kit suppliers the last few years, and they're moving to Umbro next year.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna certainly would be happy to
Must
get
be
one
better
of
than
those.
being a Tottenham fan, though, eh?
I sense as an Arsenal fan over here. We don't stock any bottles, but about
Well, guys, Sam and I like to, be generous towards to our guests on this show. So we brought you a little present. So
It's Arsenal shirts, isn't it?
imagine that.
I'm just gonna throw it in there, so one of you can open it.
It's even better than an Arsenal
even better?
shirt. I think
Right,
you're going to
alright.
like this one, boys.
Chelsea shirt.
Well, no, we noticed that you're above your bar there. What does that stand for? Come on, you Dons.
Come on, you Dons. Yeah.
Come on, you Dons. So we thought we'd treat you guys.
Treated you to a nice.
Oh God. Oh
God, you got to hold it up.
no.
I'm not.
There's a nice space up there just to hang it up.
I'm not sure we'll get out the stadium with that.
Wow. Wow, that's
You
yeah.
get lynched.
Yeah, I think we would. Yeah,
We
yeah.
could burn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
No, because I think Alex had a bit of background knowledge about.
We're not
what
even going to
actually
show
happened.
what the camera this
So
is, by the
for
way.
context on the camera, we've bought them an MK Dons shirt, which was probably a bit below the belt.
That's
But you guys can do what you want.
They're
with
also,
that
they're
shirt.
also you don't use the D word here. They're called MK.
We've got. Oh, I see. Right,
Yeah,
I get it. Okay,
yeah.
right, I
yeah.
understand. So
Yeah.
franchise is probably more.
Yeah,
what they get
as the
called.
franchise.
Sam and I always have to do a little prank on the show. We've pranked everyone so far, and this was the obvious
Yeah,
prank.
where's
So
it?
We
I'd
did.
actually like to apologise.
We'll do something with it, and we'll show you what the outcome is.
We'll
think of something good.
We actually nearly bought. Well, we bought 2 shirts, and one didn't arrive on time. We were going to actually like wear them and take the top.
Just say the light was getting a bit hot in here and just take it off and see if you guys
Security would have come
notice.
in. There are cameras in here. Yeah, the security would have been down. Yeah. Oh.
But on a serious note, AFC Wimbledon haven't had the best season this year. But someone who has had a great season this year is Ryan Reynolds with Wrexham. And they're coming into your league. now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting next year.
So,
yeah.
We'll put that down there.
Yeah.
Would you be open arms, get Ryan Reynolds in, when Wrexham come? Get him in, have a couple of pints with Ryan?
Yeah, totally. It's just not. I doubt you'll see it. Well, firstly, he won't be allowed in this bar. Home fans only, I'm afraid.
Is that a rule? Home fans only?
Yeah, well,
you
the
can't
away
mix
end's
the
down that
fans.
end, so
Okay.
yeah, they've just got no access to.
Not
Yeah.
allowed to buy the horns down there.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No.
don't give
I'm
them
sure
the
he'll
good
be
stuff
up
down there.
and wined and dined up in the
Yeah.
the suites upstairs. But
need
that'd be great. I mean, to be honest, I'm sure every club in League Two will have a sellout for that game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. probably,
I mean, the
yeah.
whole, and this is a fan-owned club, and the way they've come from their, back in 2002, how they've come through to get back to where league status is immense.
So what have you guys kind of got coming up, which is exciting for you to chat about and share with us for the future?
Yeah, for us now, I said earlier we've taken on an additional site next to our brewery, and it's completely adjacent. So we've kind of doubled our footprint, our size of site there. So at the moment we've got builders in and works being done to increase our packaging area. So we're going to be moving our canning line over into its own kind of designated packaging area, putting in a bigger cooled warehouse. Having just better warehousing is something we struggle with at the moment. And then in that site as well, we're going to put a tap room. So we're going to plan to open a tap room a couple of days a week, and start that vibe down that site. So that's our kind of immediate goal with things in the brewery. I think on the south side,
It's been tough to brew new beers because we've been pretty maxed out on the brew house at the moment. But hopefully some new beers lined up. We've got a mimosa saison in tank at the moment, which is a new one for us. It's that kind of nice orange, fruity bit of spice to it. And then hopefully some more new beers coming through. Maybe some collabs down the line as well.
Wicked.
Now things are
Anyone you can
freed up a
tell
little
us
bit.
about?
No.
It's our
confirmed.
Our 10th year was 2 years ago, and it was kind of that late mid-pandemic kind of vibe, and it would have been nice to do something on our 10th anniversary.
Cool.
But it makes no difference it being our 12th anniversary this year. So we were looking to put something together this year. Been a bit busy this year, isn't it?
What
So
month are we talking for the 12th?
we'll call it October.
Yeah, I think our first brew was around that September, October time, so we'll call it October.
Yeah. So we've lined up potentially a few collabs to get something lined up. But this year has been a really nice, refreshing kind of positivity in the industry, especially the last few months. So things for us have gone pretty crazy. So we're just trying to make sure we can keep things in stock.
Sustain it.
Yeah, so like to have new things coming online and to put new things in tank has been a bit tight. But with this new site, we can kind of have a bit more breathing space.
Talking about collabs.
Yeah, time to
we-
crack
can
that.
we- can we
Absolutely.
crack it?
Yeah.
To this one. So this is a collab with Jiddler's Tipple. I love saying Jiddler's Tipples.
Yeah, don't get it wrong.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And you guys, you were telling us that you kind of brew. They let them brew their beer at your brewery.
got one.
Yeah, so we effectively, we brew all their beer for them, and have done now for like 3-4 years. Jacob, who runs Jiddler's Tipple, I mean, you know, you've met the guy. He's just absolute legend.
We had a fun chat with him.
Yeah, he's got so much passion for beer. He brews beer in his shed at home on a small scale, and comes up with all his recipes, and his attention to detail is wicked. So working with someone like that is it's been really nice kind of partnership for us to work together on things when we do things like this.
Yeah.
So you tried it on draft at Brew London, did you?
No, it was a can.
It was a can, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I don't. They didn't have it on the line.
Yeah.
But I just saw it and I was like, oh, I love a cold IPA. Yeah, let's have a bit of that. I can't remember what you had.
It was the first one we went to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I had the same, actually.
Yeah, you had the same. Yeah. But yeah, great beer from those guys as well. Because we saw you did a collab with them and it was like a panettone.
Yeah, done the last 2 years now. Yeah, Panettone Stout.
Try that.
That was that was pretty
We've
cool.
got the 6.5% version was sold out, but we've got the 11.5 Imperial ready for next Christmas.
Yeah, for next Christmas.
It's aging nicely. So it's, looking forward to that.
It's in
Cracking
bottle.
those open. Yeah.
Right, so to wrap this interview off, we've got a little question for you. So we like to go onto Instagram accounts, and we like to scroll all the way to the bottom of everyone's Instagram accounts and see when the first time they ever posted a picture of their first can release. So obviously you started in bottles like most breweries do.
And we learnt you were in bottles for a long time.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
So
We weren't on Instagram for that long.
What year did you start canning?
2018.
Yeah, 2018.
So the same year By the Horns in Texas started up. You started canning your beer.
Yeah, our friends in Texas. Yeah.
Bless,
It was
bless
an
them.
And do you know it's run by guys called Chris and Alex in Texas?
It's actually
Are you
us.
serious? No.
Well, maybe. How about we could swap? We could do a little swap, couldn't we? A little tag team. Like, we could swap that.
you could just swap and you can run their brewery
yeah.
for the day, then run yours.
We've actually had a lot of Chris's on the show because there was 2 Chris's from Wild Horse as well.
Yeah.
So the third Chris on the show.
Alex, you know.
And I'm Alex, yeah. Right, so what specific date, so it's competition between you two, did you post the first picture of your first can, and then obviously bonus points, what was that can?
Just empty or full? Empty can.
I don't know whether the can was empty or full when the picture was.
probably gonna be
also,
I think it's technicality.
we actually don't know what beer was in the can, do we?
No, because it was. I think you said you had a black can
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you put the sticker on. So I don't think you put the sticker on.
We couldn't,
at
we
that
couldn't
okay.
see a sticker in the photo.
Could have been an empty can then, yeah.
Could have been
point.
empty
Yeah,
can.
so it might have been, but we just need an exact time, so the minute. And then-
Wow,
and then-
okay.
And then I don't have that information.
I've got my date.
You got a date?
Going?
You got a date in your head? No changing it.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
Right, go on, Alex.
I'll go the 5th of February.
5th of Feb.
It was early, so it was middle of March. 15th of March.
Well, Alex, you've done very well because it was the 6th of February, 2018.
Day out. Bad.
So this was actually your first photo.
You can tell I ordered the cans, can't
Which
you?
was actually the stack of
Yes,
cans.
they're the empty cans, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, they're empty. Yeah, and then this was the same day. Was that one as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't see a sticker on it, so we didn't know what.
That's empty.
But do you know what beer you first canned? Do you know what it was called?
I don't know top of my head.
No.
I've got the record.
I would guess
so,
Hoppedelic.
Probably Hoppedelic.
I would guess
Yeah.
Hoppedelic.
Oh, so Hoppedelic is super old. This, you know.
Yeah, we
you cut
released
your
it probably about a year before that, didn't we? So yeah, it was only launched in like 2017. So
Yeah, we had it in bottle before.
Yeah.
I actually thought that I knew what the beer was called, but I actually don't.
No.
So
And what was the first first beer you ever brewed? What was it called?
Stiff upper lip.
yeah, stiff upper lip. So
Stiff
still stiff upper lip. Yeah, we
the
still
cast
brew it.
app.
We've got it on
Yeah.
cast app over there now.
Do you sell that in Wetherspoons as well?
Yeah, that will be.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
line. That was what was on the line. which
Maybe.
they didn't have.
Oh, the one that you kept going on about.
Yeah, I was like, I want to
okay.
try that beer.
Yeah, no, first beer we ever brewed. I mean, it's been tweaked a lot over the years
Yeah,
and
yeah.
changed, but that's stayed pretty consistent.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're kind of, you've got a base in Wimbledon. Wimbledon's famous for a lot of stuff. Obviously, AFC Wimbledon, the Wombles, Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed?
Yeah.
Famous
Good
actor,
pub crawls around here.
famous alcoholic, and a famous pub crawl round here.
did, yeah.
Called the Wimbledon 8. Did you know about
Yeah,
that?
it's on
Apparently, 2 of the pubs are closed on that crawl now. So it's the Wimbledon 6 now. But what we wanted to know was if Oliver Reed was still up and running around, would you welcome him? Because apparently he gave himself 15 minutes per pub to do his pint and a shot. Would you be like, open the doors, come on Oliver, come and have a pint of By the Horns?
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Be a hell of a night.
Yeah,
Would you join
minutes.
I think so.
Be ahead of
keep up.
15
Couldn't
minutes.
keep
Yeah.
up. Couldn't keep up.
There's
with
a
it.
few people that I've spoken to down here who have kind of recalled stories about Oliver Stone and his antics around the local pubs. Kind of arm wrestling people and throwing people around.
I mean, more localised, really. We in our old site, which is stone's throw from here, is where before it was industrial sites. It's where
T-Rex.
T-Rex or Mark Bolan from the T-Rex. He lived there for a year or two, and one of our beers called Cosmic Warrior is kind of named off the back of that.
Okay, really?
And even last year, year and a half ago, they came and there's a blue plaque which is nearby.
Yeah.
But he actually lived on pretty much where our site was.
On your patch.
On our patch.
Wicked.
So they had the family of Mark Bolan and all the T-Rex
Nice.
enthusiasts came down and had a great day there.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Even at the same time, when I lived in Beckenham, where I lived in Beckenham was where David Bowie lived too. So I kind of had this should have been a glam rock star.
The murals in Bromley and Beckenham of David Bowie is crazy.
And David Bowie always said that he hated living in Beckenham.
Yes. Never shouted about
It was the worst time of my life.
Yeah, you see old interviews where he never mentions Bromley or Beckenham. He's always talking about up north when he was in Yorkshire with his family. Guys, thank you so much for having us. It's been
Pleasure,
an absolute
absolutely, yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
I think Alex and I are going to go off and do the Wimbledon 6 now. Starting
Nice.
here and then cracking on.
Yeah, can we
Carrying
get the
our toes
shots.
table around.
Yeah.
We're gonna go and try and find someone to make us a toads table.
Yeah,
I
find some
think.
slate on.
Yeah.
We've got a number, so give us 100 quid and we'll tell you.
How about we play you for the table?
All right, done.
Right, that's what we're filming next before the Wimbledon 6.
We've got this.
Yes. We've been hustling them all this time.
Right, cheers, guys. Hopefully next time we'll come down to your actual brewery and
Yeah,
Yeah,
love to get you
down
in
there.
tap room.
Be great.
Well, actually, for your party in October, we can come down.
we
Yeah,
can
that'd be
bring
great.
the
So,
toads
yeah.
table.
Bring the toast table if you want. If you haven't got one by then,
Yeah.
you definitely will have one by then.
The
We'll
Surrey
hire it out.
Championships.
We'll hire it out to you for the day, £100.
You can host the Brewers Championships. Yeah.
That's what
There we
that's
go.
what
We've
wanna
got a
do.
venue for
That
it.
is our plan.
Job
Yeah.
done.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you.